Pleasure to welcome again my co-host. We have been off here for a while.
That's true.
This is Mr. Kingsley Dino. He's a public motivational
Yes.
speaker.
Spiritual.
He's a resource person for relationship issues, and I know that before this time on previous episodes, you have seen the quality of what he's been able to deliver. It's my pleasure to welcome you again.
Same here too. It feels good coming back. And I hope it will be sustained this time.
Yeah.
Despite the lockdown and all the intrigues that played out previously.
We thank God. And today we have something very interesting that we want to discuss. The issue we are treating today is trust. We are talking about trust, how trust is broken, how trust can be rebuilt, and how we should handle when we have trust issues. It's true that relationships are built on trust. Okay?
That's true.
But before we proceed, I'd like us to just really get our people to understand what trust really is. What actually is trust that we're looking at? I know that we have a background story which I will read to us so that we can have a guide for the discussion this morning. But I'd like us to first define what trust is. What actually is trust? What are we looking at when we talk about trust?
Trust is a firm belief in the reliability or firmness in the authenticity or in the integrity of someone. It's like hitting your chest, affirming that on this matter I can speak or I can vouch for this person that this is who or what this person is or can do. Well, such statements or confidence usually is not just an on the spot statement, it must have been built over time. Meaning trust also is closely related to consistency and integrity.
Yeah, that's true. When you can take people's word and go to the bank and go to the bank,
yes,
like they say.
Yes.
Take people's word and go.
Yeah.
And we have seen that is the challenge we have in our present time. There are a lot of people who say things that they don't believe. There are a lot of people who make promises that they know at the point that they were making that promise that they would not keep it or that they can't keep it.
That's true.
But they still go ahead to make those promises, and that's the reason why trust has become a very, very serious issue in our society today. There are very few people that you can trust, whose words you can really hold on to and say you will take steps on those words. But today we are actually going to look at trust in the context of the home, like a marriage, in a marriage relationship. We can have a little extension into the time of relationship like courtship. Yeah, but actually what we are looking at is in especially with the background story that I will read now. We are really looking at how it plays out in a marriage relationship. So I have a background story here that I would just like to read to us very briefly for our viewers. And let's not forget that at some point we're going to allow a few people to make calls, to call us in the studio and express their views about what we are discussing this morning. So this is the background story. I want us to listen very well. This is the story of a beautiful lady. Her name is Eugene. Let me read here. That Eugene became very jealous and extremely possessive of her husband because she caught him cheating on her when they were dating, and she forgave him, thinking that he'll get over the attitude when they get married. But in just 2 years into their marriage, she caught him again doing the same thing. So, not wanting divorce, she decided to keep a watch over him by being unknowingly suspicious of every lady who greets her husband, to the extent that she gets physical with anyone who tries to be friendly to her husband.
Wow.
So this has become very embarrassing for her husband because it's now 3 years after the infidelity, and he has tried to let her know that he has changed, but she just doesn't trust him anymore. So that's the story. This lady, when they were dating, she experienced uh, she experienced that the husband cheated on her,
Yeah.
but she forgave him and they went ahead and got married. Then 2 years into their marriage,
There's a
actually
repeat
she was
again.
thinking that the marriage would take that away. After the
Mm.
marriage, the same thing happened. And at this point, she, because probably of her love for this guy, she didn't want to just abandon that marriage. She decided to go ahead, but at this point she now decided that she was going to really prevent it from happening again. So she became possessive, she became excessively jealous, and she got physical with ladies who come around her husband. But from the story, it's been 3 years after that last infidelity in the marriage,
Mm.
but yet this lady is finding it difficult to reconcile and then trust this man again. No, so what this with this story now, what exactly can we say is happening in this story?
Well, I'll begin by saying, just like I said when I define trust, as a firm belief in the reliability of someone, that from this background story, I also liken trust, like I've heard it said somewhere also, that trust is like an egg that, when broken, will be very, very difficult to gather.
Now, if you call trust an egg, it's
Okay.
giving an impression that if egg once egg breaks, especially drops to the ground,
Yes.
is it so? Is the situation so hopeless that trust can never be rebuilt again when it's
No.
broken? Okay.
No. Now, I likened trust to an egg to make us see how delicate the
Yeah, the
subject matter
subject is.
looks like. But at the same time, the scenario you painted will lead me to the next thing I'm about to say, that though trust looks like an egg, when broken, if the shell cannot be gathered, the egg can be gathered in another form.
Oh.
Yes, you can scoop the egg into a plate depending on the level of damage or the level of crack or the height from where the egg
Yeah,
fell from.
So now, with what this lady has done, would we
Yes.
blame her? Would we
No, 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 no,
blame
no, no,
her
no, no,
or
no.
condemn what she's doing? What can we?
I won't condemn her straight away, not blame her, because in human relationship, the most dynamic personality I've come across on earth is a human person. We are highly unpredictable. I'm not saying we are inconsistent as human beings, but we are subject to a lot of emotions and things happens.
Yeah.
So now, as at the time she caught him while they were dating, if I had opportunity of talking with Eugene at that moment, those are signals.
Those are signals.
Yes.
That,
but she convinced herself that time will change the man.
But when trust is broken,
Yes.
is it wrong to give the individual who has shown unreliability at maybe the first time? Is it wrong for somebody to give that individual a second chance, like Eugene has
No,
done?
second chance is good in human relationship, but it depends on the situation at stake. For instance, someone you so trust invited you for a dinner. The dinner was fixed for 6 p.m. and by 5:30 you feel you should get there ahead of time to help out. So they were not expecting you as at 5:30 when you arrived, and to your surprise, the food or the food they have on the menu were all labeled, and that which they know is your favorite, you caught them putting poison.
Okay.
I don't know if you are getting the scenario here. They were expecting you by 6, you came in 5:30, and you saw it, not that you were told, not that your instinct said it's like this food was poisoned.
You saw it.
You saw it being poisoned. And when they were done with it, to create an awareness of your presence, you just cracked your throat to make them know you are around, and everybody turned astonished. And since they were caught in the act, they're like, oh, sir, actually, you see, trying to explain it away. Well, by our training, you owe them forgiveness. But I think it would be foolishness on your side to go ahead and eat the food, or even if at another date you are invited again. The name of the game now is caution.
So in essence,
you are not
expected to ever eat there.
If it is possible, I won't eat there again. And if I must eat, maybe I will bring my food, or we jointly prepare the meal together.
We eat it together.
We eat it together too, from the same plate. I don't know if you get it. Now back to Eugene now. The first time she caught the guy, not her husband then, was a warning signal that this idea of I am madly in love and love is blind. I tell singles or those in relationships that my love shine eye very well during courtship, then decide to be blind inside marriage to make my marriage work. But a lot of people today say love is blind when you are doing boyfriend girlfriend. If it's blind during boyfriend girlfriend, when you enter marriage, the love will kill you.
So Eugene now
gave
this guy a second opportunity.
Yes.
Unfortunately for her, the incidents reoccurred
again.
In the marriage. Now she has lost trust for this man, and I can infer that maybe you are justifying. It's true. She should begin to. Her feelings, her reaction. Now, would we? What I just want to.
I'm not going to justify her excesses.
Okay.
Because there was this book I read some time ago about the psychology of human behavior. Eugene set herself up to be hurt extremely by the behavior of her husband. Why I say that is, with that first discovery, if the trust was 100%, she should have reduced it to 60. You see, you don't buy trust, you earn it. So,
and that's something that is so important.
Yes.
That I want us to really bring out again from this story.
Okay.
That trust is earned. Trust is not you don't command it. You don't just demand it. Trust is earned. That is what is happening.
Yes.
Trust is earned. And these people now, the man, as far as that relationship is concerned, has lost trust. The lady has lost trust in that man.
That's true.
Okay, now we want to help these people build trust back. What are we expecting this man to do now? It's been 3 years, and this guy.
He's got a real hard work on his hands to do. There are scenarios where couples password their phones. There are things you do that make you a suspect.
Yeah.
Now, if you want Eugene to trust you, you failed her 2 times. You will go the extra mile to take her back to what it was, even before the courtship, before the wedding.
Yeah.
You're getting it now. So it means being accountable, making yourself trustworthy,
asking
questions, and even
answering every question,
and making yourself accessible. Now, you don't heal wounds by just bandaging it. You expose wound to dress it. Talk it. Discuss. Let a conversation on this matter. Look, babe.
He has a duty also.
Babe, this thing, I know I am guilty. There is no justification for what I did. I am sincerely sorry. But beyond the sorry, I want to put myself under your observation. In fact, babe, you need to help me. I don't know if you get the point. And this aspect of you need to help me. If you know your weaknesses and where the challenges are coming. You see, the trust issues thrive in secrecy and privacy. Most times when you begin to behave funny, you begin to hide some things. You see, gradually you are beginning to build, you are sowing the seed of distrust.
Yeah.
So when the real thing will blow, it's not the day the thing blew off that it actually happened.
So this man now, what do we? Because we don't know how long. It's been 3 years.
Yes.
He hasn't done it again.
Yes.
This lady has not been able to
Yes.
recover. Do we? Is it? Do you think that this woman also deserves this much time for her to heal from that?
There are individual differences, and apart from that, there is something painful about being betrayed by the one you love. What you can easily forgive that outsider, this is someone you call my bestie. You get the point. So haba now. So but the truth of it is, stuff do happen. So now 3 years has passed. If you put her, if Eugene put this guy under observation, bring up all manner of tests to see if he had truly changed. And you, Mr. Man that said you have changed, you need to maintain the new trust you are trying to get now. I don't know if you get the point.
I think
like,
when she brings up an issue, instead of flaring up and being defensive,
talk through it.
To really take time to explain, okay, this is it, yeah.
Yes, and apart from that, be open, transparency. Forgetting the fact that you are married, start redating her again. Yeah. I don't know if you know her. Okay, like now, I know one thing my wife loved so much as my girlfriend then. Till this moment, any day I miss Yan at home. And sometimes, your ego too, you too, you don't want to say sorry. You want to form I am the head, I'm the guy. When you are driving alone in the car on the street, your conscience will talk to you. So I'll just drive through one of those joints. I won't tell you. I'll just go and buy that thing. So once I bring it home, I'll do the delivery myself.
Okay.
So I will ignore her countenance. I say, babe, I saw this and I feel you will like it. He said, no, I don't want. I said, I know you want. I don't know if you get the point. So that day, I'm not apologizing or saying anything yet. Just to prepare the ground for the real apology.
So we want to say that this guy needs patience.
Yes.
He has no right.
He has no right to be angry with
that is taking time.
Yes.
He needs to understand that this thing has to do with emotions.
Yes.
So when you break somebody's trust, you need to understand that what the person is dealing with is their emotions.
That's true.
Their own personal, their makeup, their psychology.
Yeah.
So it takes patience. Viewers, it's like this is the much that we can take. But we want to just round it up by saying that person who you have hurt by breaking trust, that person needs sufficient time to heal. And you agreed with me that for different people it takes different times.
Yes, that's true.
And if the relationship is so important to you, you will be ready to make the sacrifice of the time it will take for that individual, be it the male or the female. To recover from that hurt is so important, because we said when we were starting that relationships are built on trust. They are built on trust. She just loved you when she didn't know you. He just loved you when he didn't know you. So that's the way it plays out. I don't know, maybe you have one last word.
The last word is for Eugene. We don't take eternity to heal. And not because you are hurting, allow the behavior of the other person to make you lose your essence of who you are.
Okay.
My view of her personality is Eugene is a likable, lovely person. So don't become a monster fighting people. Because of the trust issue. Because you are also damaging your own personality. And since you are also in the marriage, if you actually think you're dragging him down, rubbishing him, you're actually also robbing your own shine too. Yes. So the truth of it is there is a matured way to go about
those things,
this thing, than going physical and creating a scene and all of that. I don't think, and the both of them also, after a while, I will recommend you also talk to a professional counselor.
That was where I was going. I think we will leave it on that. That when you find yourself in this kind of situation, get professional counselors who will talk to you and then help you bring out some very important issues that you may not be seeing in that relationship. And I think that will go a long way to help. I want to thank you very much for
Thank you very
coming.
much. Thank you
And
very
this
much.
issue may this we it seems we may not be able to really we might
We
not
just
have
scratched the
touched. Yeah.
surface. This is
So
just
it's very likely that next
a tip.
episode we'll look at other dimensions of this so that we can bring out more truths so that it can be completely helpful to our viewers. Thank you very much for watching this episode. We hope to be on air again next week when we discuss very important issues. Thank you so
Thank you very much. You're welcome.
Thank you.